Okay, guys, so briefly, this will be my last one for today. I didn't think I would upload anything today, but I decided to just do a couple of videos before I take a little break, because just to try to get you guys to understand why black women are under attack and why it's not going to end anytime soon. And the best thing you need to do is worry about protecting yourself instead of putting too much of your emotions into what's going on with the collective of black women. Like I said, I'm no longer concerned about what happens. If I can't control it, I'm not going to be concerned about it. And I'm only uploading these audios just for you guys to understand. But after that, I won't be uploading anymore because it's getting to the point where it's really nothing else to say. It's really nothing else to really say. So the next time I start uploading audios, it'll be about little ventures that I'm taking, and I just might share it. But other than that, as it's concerned about black women, it's nothing else to talk about, because you can either believe what the person say, or you don't have to, really believe it. But I want to get into sending a message to the cosmos. And so I made an audio disagreeing with a portion of a young lady's audio. She's the one that uploaded this video about Jesus eating pineal glands. And towards the end, and she was discussing melanin, so it wasn't just some silly stuff. You have to listen to it. But where I disagreed with her, and where I got a little frustrated, because I can disagree with somebody without getting frustrated, but she's done this so many times that I've gotten a little, I don't even hardly want to watch her videos anymore. That's just how tired I've gotten of this. And where I disagreed with her and where I got frustrated is where she criticized people for going against Cosby and going against R. Kelly, specifically black women, because it was mostly black women who supported R. Kelly. So when she talked about people who go against, she calls them the son of man because they're black men. So she talked about how people go against the son of man, they're going to suffer, and basically talking about people who turn against R. Kelly, they're going to suffer. And Bill Cosby. But I don't want to make that too much about this. I don't want the whole thread to be about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, because I already talked about that on another audio. And so I'm talking about sending a message out to the cosmos. This is why I brought her up, because she said that you send a message to the cosmos when you go against your people. Well, I'm not going to really co-sign what she said, but I'm going to talk about the subject of sending a message to the cosmos. So you guys remember when that lady, this is the part that I mostly want people to comment on, okay? Not really focusing on this R. Kelly stuff. You guys remember where that lady was attacked by that Korean guy, where she was, I think she was punched in the face or something by that Korean guy, after her son had stolen something from the store, but I think she either returned it or I forgot what she did. She never hit that Korean guy. Now, I don't know if she put her hands in his face, but she never hit him. But he punched her in the face and knocked her down. Okay? Now, you saw where that guy put on some kind of 50% sale for weaves or whatever, and you saw how many black women were lined up outside the door to purchase this weave from this same Korean store, from the same man that punched the daylights out of this black woman. This black woman punched the daylights out of her. Okay? These same women, same groups of black women, got in line and pretty much said F that lady, got in line to get some weaves on sale. Okay? I'm not making up any excuses for them. I'm be honest with you. That was really a spit in that lady's face. They spat in that lady's face. They basically said, see, people can call them ignorant all they want to, but those ladies were basically saying they don't care about this woman who got knocked out. They basically said, F that lady, I want my weave. They don't care. Most of those women don't care about their own daughters. Most of those ladies have daughters who have been molested. I'm just going to keep it all the way 100. Most of those women have daughters probably who have been molested. So you think they're going to care about a black woman who's a stranger that's knocked out by a Korean? Because most of them don't care about their own children. Their own daughters. Okay? And so let's talk about the cosmos. What message do you think that's sent to the cosmos? Okay, now if you don't believe in cosmos, that's fine. You don't even have to respond to this. But what do you think? What message do you think that's sent out to the cosmos? That sent a message for, really, unfortunately, for black women, period. That black women don't support each other and black women don't care about each other. When you see a lady get knocked out by a Korean and she never hit him, but he knocked the daylights out of her. And then these ladies go to that doggone place anyway and purchase some weed. And people want to make excuses and call these ladies ignorant all they want to. To me, I think most of them knew what they were doing. They said, F that lady, we don't care about her. I think that's what a lot of them were thinking. I don't want to just give them the excuses like that. Okay? And so now that lady that was knocked out, I saw on another video that when somebody discussed her, I saw that lady died. That lady that got knocked out by the Korean, she's dead now because of her cancer. And it is alleged because there's no medical documents that I've seen that prove this. But allegedly, she was already dealing with cancer, right? And when that incident happened with that Korean guy, her cancer went back into remission. And then, if I'm saying that right, her cancer went back into remission, and then she later died. Because that whole incident really stressed her out. Do you think those ladies would care that lady died if they were to hear about it? Do you think they would care that she died? No. They wouldn't care. Okay? So that's just one, sending a message out to the cosmos. Sending a message out to the cosmos when you're constantly on the front lines every time a black guy gets shot or something happens to a black male, but then when something happens to a black woman, where cops shoot down a black woman or beat down a black woman, nobody's there for the black woman, but the black woman is always at the front lines for this black male. These ladies who are at the front lines for this black male are already aware that these same black men will not pee on them if they're on fire. They're already aware of it at this point, but they still choose to defend this guy against cops over themselves. They will not defend themselves against cops, but they will defend the black male against cops. Now what? So they don't require protection from their own group of men. They don't require protection. Okay? So, again, what message is that sending out to the cosmos? What message is that sending out to the cosmos? And this will be the last one I talk about that, because I cannot. I think some black women are so sensitive because they take things so personally because they're a black woman themselves, that they feel like no matter how much black women send this message that they don't deserve protection, because that's the message they sending. When you march for a group of people especially a group of men who don't even protect you, and then you don't even defend your fellow black woman when she gets knocked out by a Korean, but you go to the same store the next day. Oh, I don't know if it was the next day, but you go to the same store and line up to buy some weave that's on sale, and can't seem to see that stuff comes back on black women. Unfortunately, it hurts black women, and when these black women don't care for their daughters the way they should, and they let these predators come in and take their daughters off to be sex trafficked. They let their daughters get molested. Their daughters get shot and killed. Their daughters get gang raped, and they call their daughters fast instead of getting on the guy that actually raped him, especially if he's a black male. And you see, some still can't see that this is what's happening to black women. Some still cannot get this in their head, because they feel like because they're a black woman themselves, then this shouldn't be happening, because they're a black woman. So this shouldn't be happening to other black women. But unfortunately, those black women have made it hard for other black women. And at this point, that's why I said it's best to focus on yourself and worthy family members, maybe children, of course children, and worthy family members, because all family members ain't worthy of your time either. And so, oh, okay. So yeah, so yeah, that's what I want to say about that, you know. And purposely, what message did it send to the cosmos? The last thing, what message did it send to the cosmos when C. Dolores Tucker went on a war against gangster rap music? She warred against gangster rap music, but it was black women. I saw a black woman go against her. Of course, it was other black men that called all kind of names, but it was also black women that went against her, talking about these guys' right, these gangster rappers' rights to express themselves. And C. Dolores Tucker was warring against gangster rap music because it was disrespecting women, and it was disrespecting the black community as a whole. They disrespected the civil rights movements, even though today some people might not agree with the civil rights movement. But she just saw how these gangsters, these rappers, was just disrespecting women. They disrespected their community. They promoted crime. But of course, you had some black men and black rappers doing that. I expect that from them. That's why I don't fuss about them and I don't talk about them like that, because at this point, I mean, it's just redundant. You already know what they're going to do. Okay? But it was a lot of black women that also defended these rappers' rights to express themselves, because they felt like these black rappers, these black male rappers, were so oppressed by white supremacy, that rap and music like that was the only outlet they had to really express themselves. And so these black women went against C. Dolores Tucker to defend these guys so they can continue to disrespect them. What message did that send to the cosmos? Because some people are wondering why things are happening to black women the way they're happening today. You can't just do all of that stuff. You can't just do it. And I see the only time black women stand up is when they want to, you know what, when that lady talked about how black women ain't saying nothing about Harvey Weinstein but want to hop on R. Kelly. But I'm going to tell you something. Black women stand up to white men far more than they stand up to black men. You saw how that black lady when Philando Castile and that other guy got shot, and that black woman stood up against that SWAT team. But she won't stand up against no black man, though, that might rape her daughter. If a black man raped her daughter, she won't stand up against him. But she gonna stand up against that doggone SWAT team for a couple of black men that she don't even know. But if a black man was to rape her daughter, she probably won't even stand up against him or even press charges. What message does that send to the cosmos? And last one, and there's plenty of them, but I'm going to make this my last one. For over a decade, these guys have gone online. Just online alone, because I just talked about the music and just to disrespect the black women, period. But I'm just talking about on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. Just a little bit over a decade, these guys have gone online to say some of the worst things about black women known to man. And black women have gotten together to shut down things. The black women could have shut them down. They couldn't complain about YouTube and Google allowing this all they want to. But black women have got together to shut down what they wanted to be shut down. And here's the thing, even if Google and YouTube never did anything about these guys running their mouths, black women could have closed their legs and said, well, since you're going to disrespect us like that, since we're such horrible mothers, then we just don't need to keep giving birth to you. Clearly we're doing a terrible job. So maybe we need to stop giving birth to you guys and make you guys much happier. Okay? They could have shut things down that way. Okay? But really, to be honest with you, a lot of black women just wanted to say, wanted to still side with these guys and say, well, they're just frustrated because they're oppressed by the white man and all that stuff, and just didn't want to hold these guys accountable for what they did. They did not want to hold these guys accountable. So they allow these guys, and they still allow these guys to this day to completely get online and disrespect them. But you let a white man get online, like that white guy that's married to Ami McClure, and I'm not giving him no pass. I'm using an example. That white guy that's married to Ami McClure, she got this show on YouTube called the McClure Twins. This is a Nigerian woman married to this white guy. I forget his name. And so some old tweets resurfaced about him laughing at little ghetto black lady names, right? And black women hopped on that white man like nobody's business. But you know what the worst part is, though? They really went after Ami McClure, the Nigerian lady. Those black women really went on the attack and attacked Ami McClure more than they attacked this white man. And even though it was revealed that Ami McClure was severely depressed over that and how she lost a lot of weight and how she wasn't doing well, these black women did not care if that lady would have dropped dead. But they're not going to go in on any of these other black men that do the same thing. And like I said, even though I don't give that white man no pass, these black women went in and tried to ruin Ami McClure more than they tried to ruin this white man that posted those tweets. Okay? So this is black women once again attacking each other. And once again, what does that send to the cosmos? And if you can really understand what I'm saying, some of you can, and some people just so into, they feel like because they're a black woman, then black women should not suffer because they're a black woman themselves, and so they just taking everything so personal. But if you can understand, because I really won't talk about things like this anymore, because I'm not the first person to say it. I'm going to call out the people names who tried to bring this up that I know about, and that's Brooklyn Blue, Kendall St. Charles. Some people might not like her, but she's one of them. You have some of them that try to talk about Kristen LaCaris and talked about why black women fight so hard to be at the bottom. You know, you have other channels. I'm just bringing up the well-known people, because there's other black women too that have brought this up, like Egypt Ann. But they always want to dislike when these black women want to say what's really happening and why things are happening to black women the way they are. When black women want to tell the reasons why, it's not accepted. And so it gets you to the point where it's time to let that go. Okay, because you can't give no other answer. Because you want a victimhood answer. A lot of these ladies want an answer that makes them a victim. And I'm sorry, after everything I just said in this audio, I can't make black women a victim. I can't make black women a victim. After everything I just said in this audio, there's no way that black women can be made into a victim. Okay? Because they have sent the message out to the cosmos. Even though you did not personally do it yourself, there's been so many black women that have sent the message out to the cosmos that they don't want protection and they don't support each other, and black women don't deserve life. Because once again, let's go back to the children. Look at how a lot of them do their daughters, and it's not just these ratchet women that don't care about these daughters. It's some rich, some Claire Huxtable type of black women. You see, they're like Claire Huxtable on the outside, but they are still desperate for that black male phallus, and they still will allow their daughters to be devoured. The only difference is that these daughters are raised differently and they look different, but they are going through the same experience. Okay, so when you don't really protect your daughters and you allow men to molest and rape them and send them out for sex trafficking, you don't protect the children. Remember what I said about not protecting the children? It'd be best if a millstone was tied around their ankle and going to the bottom of the sea. I mean, you know, so look at how they treat their girls. Look at how they treat their girls. And that's not to say whatever particular black woman was, might have been shot or whatever, because I haven't been keeping up with what's going on. That doesn't mean that particular black woman deserves to be shot, because you don't know what she did. But that's not the point that I'm making. These ladies have made it hard for other black women. So the best way to protect yourself from these attacks, because these ladies have put that out into the cosmos, that black women and girls don't deserve protection. They put that out into the cosmos. And for you, in order for you to protect yourself from the judgment that's happening to black women right now, because that's exactly what this is. This is the judgment of God that is happening to black women. Black women are basically getting what they put out. When I say the judgment of God, it's basically they're just getting back what they've been putting out for so many years, but not feeling like their daughters deserve protection and feeling like they need to put themselves first, but they want to put everybody else first. This is just what they're getting back, because you send a message out to the universe that you don't deserve protection, that you hate your daughters, and that you hate your own image. If that's the message that you send out to the universe, that eventually will come back to you. Okay? That is the judgment that's on black women right now. And the best way to protect yourself, you need to spiritually protect yourself. You need to spiritually protect your daughters. I don't know how you're going to do it. You might need to consult a spiritualist, or you might need to go to a church, because I don't know what you believe in. So you need to spiritually protect yourself. You need to spiritually protect your daughters. And you need to disconnect yourself spiritually from black women right now. Spiritually disconnect yourself. That's why I don't keep up with these stories that's happening to black women and even black girls. I don't keep up with it because I've disconnected myself spiritually from a lot of black women, because this judgment is happening on them. Judgment is on them because they did not care about themselves. You cannot send that kind of message out to the universe and don't think it's not gonna come back. You can't do it. If you're a black woman that still want to keep holding on like that and still want to complain and get angry at the things I say, at the things Kendall St. Charles say, at the things Crystal Carrington say, at the things Successful Ladies Live say, at the things Egypt Ann says, and there's other ones that try to tell the truth about black women too. If you want to keep getting upset and hold on to these black women, you might get shot next. You might get shot next. I'm telling you now to disconnect yourself spiritually from black women right now. Disconnect yourself from them. Because this is their payback. This is what they asked for. They might not have asked for it out from out their mouths, but the actions that they have taken is what the message that was sent out to the universe. And that message is coming back on them right now. And you can, if you don't want to listen, that's fine, but you might just get shot. It might be you next. I'm not going to answer a million questions because you don't want to believe it, because because it takes time. It was a time I didn't want to really believe it either, but I didn't ask a million doggone questions to try to get people to change their mind on their opinions. It was a time that it was hard for me to accept, but I just had to learn to accept it instead of trying to get people to change their message. Okay? So anyway, that is it. And I will talk to you soon.